How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We are talking about Workhorse today, and this is my first update in a while. I think this is really interesting and a really good time to take a look at this because Workhorse is getting towards the end of the year. We were supposed to know the USPS decision by the end of the year. This is going to be a very volatile month, I think, for Workhorse, and I think it's important to have a game plan for what you're going to be doing ahead of time, so that way you make wise decisions going into the future. So for me, this is nice because I can look back on this video and remember what I was going to do. And for you guys, it's nice to start kind of forming your own decisions and trying to decide what you want to do with the company. So if you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already hit subscribe, please hit subscribe. We're on the road to 40,000 subscribers. We are getting close. Also, if you want 4 free stocks through WeBull, definitely check out the link down below. This is the last day they said that you can get this, so just deposit $100, get your 4 free stocks. And if you want to save some money on Rakuten, you can get some money back just for signing up and making your first purchase. But they're essentially just a browser add-on that you can go to different websites on, like Nike and Adidas. They'll give you up to 15% back on some of those companies. They have a list of companies, and you don't even have to go through the website. It will just pop up that you can save whatever percent, and then you click on it. Definitely check that out in the description below. I saved, I think, about $40 just yesterday in my Christmas shopping, so definitely check out that. And the last thing, if you guys want to know exactly what I'm buying and what I'm selling in real time, you can definitely check out the link down below to Patreon. So we've been growing like crazy. We're almost at 700 members just over the last week or so. And we've been able to pick out some really good companies. So today is a very volatile day. A lot of companies are red, but a couple of the stocks that we've talked about recently have done really well. For example, Northern Genesis acquisition. They're merging with Lion. They're up 7%. Also, we have RMG up 11%. We also have APXT 13%. HCAC just talked about how I was buying that over the weekend. And then we have iPop, which I just talked about earlier today. And then we have other companies like LGVW. They're down 10%. And we're down a little bit on the position, but I feel like it's a good long-term hold. But if you want to see exactly what I'm doing, red days are really important days too, because not every day can be green. Red days are important days too, because as you can see, it just moved up a couple percent just over the last, 10, 20 minutes. So if you sold out here, that would have been not a good thing for you once it starts to rebound. So it's important to keep your head on straight. This group can help you with that. Now, the company that we're looking at today, though, is Workhorse. And so far today, we're down about 3.5%. We're up on the position, at least I personally am. I bought more shares when I was down at 15. Our cost basis is about 19 a share. This is one of my larger holdings in my growth portfolio. So this is really important to me to make sure that I get this company right. Now, we have been waiting the whole year for the USPS contract. Most of us bought in either late spring or, in the summer. I've been buying pretty much since midsummer or so. So we're up on the position, but there should be a lot of volatility. So I am holding on to the stock now. A lot of people are selling out because of the fact that they're up so much. We're getting close to the end of the year. I am staying in for now because I realize that I can't try to play a dip in this stock. We could get the USPS decision tomorrow, and then it could go up drastically, or it could go down drastically the same day. So I'm not trying to get in and out of the stock, trying to buy it and then sell it when it dips and when it goes up. I think that's a dangerous game. But what I am doing is I am putting in place a plan. If this company falls down to about $20 a share, I will look at selling. The reason for that is I would be up about 5% at that point. If we fall down to $20 a share, I don't think that's going to happen. So I think that if we fall that much, there's going to be something maybe that I don't know, because we would have to fall about 25%, 20 to 25% from where we are now. I feel like there might be something that I don't know that maybe some bigger corporations know, because a lot of institutions are buying and selling the stock right now. I will say, though, that ARK Invest is still buying this company. So they've been slowly buying $100,000 here, $1 million there, 280 grand here, there, and they are still continuously buying, which makes me feel good. But if we get down to 20, I'll probably sell off, but I'll have to reevaluate just to make sure that there's nothing like something stupid that comes out, like some short seller report that maybe doesn't have good facts to back it up or something like that, just to make sure that's something that is valid. Or if there's no news, then I'll have to look at it too, wondering if the institutions know something I don't. But if we start to get to the upside too, if we start pushing up like I think we will, we've seen that just over the last month. We've started to see it push back up towards the end of the year because we are expecting that USPS decision. We're expecting to get a good portion of that contract. It's a $6.3 billion contract. If we start to see it push up into the 30s, like low 30s, I think that's definitely possible. That's about 20% up from where it is here. If we start pushing up into the low 30s, I will think about selling off at least part of my shares just to conserve some of my initial investment. At that point, I'll be up, 60 to 75%, something in there, depending on when I sell out. And then I would probably sell maybe 30 to 50% of my position. Again, these are rough numbers. I have to reevaluate once we start hitting those numbers and how fast and where the general market is going. But I think they are facing some headwinds too. So while we have the USPS contract decision coming up, if we don't get the contract, it's obviously going to drop pretty drastically. If we do get the contract, but it's not enough, it could still fall. And then I still think it could fall pretty drastically if we get like 10 to 20% of the contract, because a lot of people will be thinking that this isn't enough. Also, we are facing some difficulties, right? We haven't been able to ramp up production. They were having a hard time with the pandemic cases at their facility. They have not been able to ramp it up as much as possible. And, we still have to be able to fulfill these orders once we get them. We also are seeing more and more companies pop up all the time for last mile delivery, for EV. So they are facing some stiffer competition because there are a lot of companies that are coming out saying that they're going to compete in this last mile space. So I feel like there are some headwinds, but I still feel like there's massive potential. I mean, you could sell out this company, but if they get the USPS contract in, let's say, 2 weeks, and let's say they get 50% of it or something, it could go up to $40, $50 a share. So if it starts to go up to the low 30s, I'll probably look at selling 30 to 50%. Now, if we get up to the mid to high 30s, I'll look at selling a little bit more. I still want to hold part of this company, even if it starts pushing up really high, unless it just gets to a stupid level, $70, $80 a share, which would be 3x from where it is now. That would put me up about 300%. Then I would look at selling the whole position, because at that point, I feel like it would be pretty overvalued. I mean, I could be wrong, but we do have a long way to go with ramping up production. So that is where I'm sitting right now. Again, there isn't really much news on Workhorse these days. We're really just waiting for that USPS decision. But if I was to give a stock market prediction, I think we will start to see it push up towards the end of the year. I think we'll probably see it push up to 30, maybe low 30s in the next week or two. Again, we're seeing a massive red day across the board, really, except for some of these stocks that I pointed out. But I think we will see a little bit of red, and then we'll start to see some green. I think some institutional investors will buy in towards the end of the year, even with just small amounts, because really they need to be able to show that they're making money, because of the fact that people oftentimes are paying a lot more to invest with hedge funds, so they need to produce results on a quarterly basis. So I could see some people start to buy in and then try to sell off to conserve some profits. So that is what I'll look at doing too. If it starts to push up even 10, 20%, I'll start selling off. If we get that decision and we get 30 to 50%, I think we'll start to see it push up even more pretty quickly, and it could send off a potential short squeeze. It could send the stock up pretty drastically, pretty quickly. But if we see less than probably 25, 30%, I think that might drop off a little bit. If we don't see anything, I think it will fall down to $10 a share or less. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you want to get in on the action and you want to know exactly when I sell and buy the stock, I try to update YouTube as quickly as possible, but it is hard to make a video in less than an hour or two, so it does take some time. I tell my Patreon group exactly when I buy and sell stocks, every single stock I buy and sell. So a lot of the time too, if I'm buying smaller stocks or if I'm doing a lot of videos on YouTube, it's hard to update on every single stock I buy. And I'm not a day trader or anything like that, but I have been doing some swing trades that have worked out really well, up 80% in a day. So definitely check out the link down below to Patreon and get those free stocks if you want them, and take a look at Rakuten. Maybe you will be able to save, several $100s, and it's super easy to sign up. I really like it. I've been using it for over a year. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And if you want to see another stock that I'm buying recently, I created this video just today, and it's been named the next Amazon by an analyst. So definitely check out this video here.